Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the White Knuckle 250 here at Bristol Motor Speedway, brought to you by the Bluegrass Cup Series. This is going to be Chris and Josh Kiwis in the booth. Also, this race presented by Buttkicker. More on those guys as they have hopped on with the league. It's awesome to have Buttkicker on board. But I'm going to go ahead and start rolling through your qualifying. Sorry about the little bit of the delayed start. Facebook, for some reason, always got to be a little rogue, you know. Facebook's just being really bad this week. Oh my goodness. I've been noticing just scrolling and then it'll say, you have lost connection. And it'll tell me I have to refresh and stuff. And yeah. So it seems like Facebook server side just having a little bit of issues. But yeah, it was just not wanting to go up. But finally we were able to get that up. YouTube was just up and running and we were just hanging out here as you're out on board with that 19 of Christopher Blanchard, as he is going to set that third fastest lap, 15:24, as we roll on board with him for his second lap. Sounds like he did wreck.
Yeah, see him getting a little loose there, getting up into the wall.
Are you on scenic right now? It's showing scenic for me. Do you have a different camera pack?
Yeah, you see Trenton Jump going around setting the third fastest lap of the session. So, going to go on board here with Brandon Robertson. Jonathan Schwartz also out on the track, setting his first lap right now at a 14:94. So he is set the second fastest time. Your points leader currently sitting right now. Looks like he's going to go ahead and just sit that second lap out. As we're on board here with Scott Fritz, going to see what he's got to offer for the short track. Do know that he does love these short tracks, so let's see if that one car Scott Fritz can set something up here. See Brandon Robertson setting the fifth fastest time, and Mo Abhat sitting at sixth fastest time. So them two doing a really good job. Looks like Scott Fritz going to sit in that 10th place as of right now. So Scott Fritz not having the best lap that he could have out there, but maybe just getting used to the track. I know I've had that happen too. As we're riding on board here with that 24 Casey Barlow. He's going to actually set his time, get it woed down. Going to take over that 10th place position. So you're going to see David Brackett setting that 14th fastest lap. So right now you got Alex Huffman taking over that first place position. Jonathan Schwartz in that second place. Jeremy Little in third. Trenton Jump in fourth. Brandon Robertson in fifth. Mo Abhat in sixth. Jimmy Allen, in seven. Ryan Smith in 8th, Christopher Blanchard in 9th, Casey Barlow in 10th, Justin Winters in 11th, Adam Lancaster in 12th, Scott Fritz in 13th, David Brackett's currently in that 14th position, Tyler Johnson in 15th, and Wyatt Brackett looks like he's about to make his way out onto the track.
As you right on board with that 33 Yingling machine, Wyatt Brackett going to set his first lap at a 15:44. Looks like he really isn't. I was going to say, doesn't like he's going to pick up any more pace on that second lap. That one's going to be about 3/10 slower than his hot lap. So 15:4. That's going to set that 33 Wyatt Brackett in that 15th spot. As we'll go ahead and pull up your championship points running the round of 12 as we come into tonight in the Cup playoff. With about 5 minutes left to go here in qualifying. As if you look on your screen, you can see those points playoffs. It's going to be Jonathan Schwartz. 5 season wins. This man has been on a mission all season, dominating the road courses, dominating just everywhere. 995 machine, he is sitting in first place in points. Jimmy Allen in that second spot. He also has 2 wins. Scott Fritz, 2 wins as well. And then you're going to have Trenton Jump right there behind Scott Fritz in third in fourth place. He's going to be sitting there with 2 wins also. And Wyatt Brackett in fifth with 1 win. So, man, if you notice right there, just in the top 5, so many wins between all those drivers. I mean, just between, let's see, that's 7, 9, 11, 13 wins right there in your top 5, man. That is a lot of wins right there. And then you've got Alex Huffman tied for 5th with Wyatt Brackett. Then Grenier a win. Justin Winters a win. Frankie Barroso a win in 9th. Man, that's another what? How many did we count at first? 15? I might be wrong. I can't remember. Yeah, 13. Sorry. So, yeah, 16 wins out there between all your top 9. And then you got Mo Abhat, Casey Barlow, and Dylan Butler all tied for that 10th, 11th, and 12th position with 2,000 points each. So, last night we saw Ed Osborne. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Ed Osborne. I was just making sure that was the right driver. You know, he was one of those drivers, you know, we had Lancaster in the booth with us last night, that 28 machine. He was racing out here tonight, and he pointed out Ed Osborne right before the race and was saying, you know, it'd be interesting to see somebody who snuck their way into the playoffs. I mean, you saw how many wins we've got with these drivers in the playoffs, so it's going to be fun to see. It's going to be fun to see, you know, how drivers like Mo Abhat, Casey Barlow, Dylan Butler handle themselves here tonight. I mean, they've all really got a lot of points to make up. They've got to win. They've got to do something to get themselves through to the next round. I mean, so Bristol, definitely one of those tracks you can get it done at. And we saw, you know, Ed Osborne with a P3 run last night, his 3rd year in Truck Series, and his first podium position, highest finished. And he has snuck his way through into the round of 12, man, and that's cool to see a guy like him pick up his first podium. And then, you know, we saw some good racing there last night, and had a good time with Adam Lancaster. So hoping to see Adam maybe take some of that knowledge he saw from the truck race, use it here tonight. He's starting P14, so it'll be fun. Be fun to see. Whoa, man, how well he does tonight. But other than that, you're just right on with Dylan Butler. It looks like he's just doing that extra hot lap practice, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what it looks like he's doing. He's just out there trying to, you know, take advantage of those free tires that he gets. You know, go out there, get some practice in, maybe do what I always do, and hope to find some secret line right before the beginning of the race. So Dylan Butler out there just using those extra little bit of tires that he has to go out there and try to hit a line, as we got Frankie Barroso out on track right now. Looks like he set himself up into that 10th place. So let's see if that second lap from him will be able to be a better one, if he can set himself up higher in that, because we do know that he is sitting on that bubble right now. So he needs to do his best to get up here and get up with the top runners. It doesn't look like he's going to do any better. He's just going to lock it down and assume that 10th position.
Well, that was his second lap that he just hit. He's on that area.
I do apologize.
Hey, you're good.
It doesn't look like anybody else is out on the field, so just waiting for the last couple minutes.
We got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds.
About 5 seconds.
Yep, so about 30 seconds left. So right now, looks like the field is pretty set up. Guys that need to be up in the front are up in the front. Like we were saying, Jonathan Schwartz, your points leader right now, sitting up in that top second place. So looking like he's up to where he's used to be. Trenton Jump, also one of those drivers that we're looking forward to being up here in the top, sitting in that 4th position. So Brennan Robertson also sitting in that 5th position. Mo Abhat, like we were saying, one of those drivers on the bubble, sitting in that 6th position, needs to get him a good finish here tonight as well. So gonna be a really interesting beginning of this race.
Well, indeed. Well, it looks like qualifying has ended. These drivers are starting to get gridded up, Chris. As we'll wait just 1 second to go through with the qualifying grid. Want to get these first couple cars in, so we're not looking at a ghost build. But yeah, like Chris said, going to be fun to watch. All these drivers have to come to the field. Some of these drivers that are on the bubble, drivers like that 12 Frankie Barroso, and Casey Barlow, Dylan Butler, all those drivers that have just gotten themselves in here without a win. It'd be fun to see them compete tonight and work their way. Try to get some much-needed points here in the round of 12. But looks like we've got some good bit of cars in. We're going to go ahead and run through that qualifying grid here tonight for the White Knuckle 250 at Bristol Motor Speedway. As it's going to be that 8 Allen's Body Shop Chevy Camaro. It is going to be Alex Huffman sitting on the pole here tonight. And then right next to him, it's going to be that points leader, that number 95 Phoenix 7 Chevy Camaro. He is going to be sitting there in that P2 position. That's going to be Jonathan Schwartz. That 26, Jeremy Little. He is going to be sitting there in that Brewery 85 Chevy Camaro. He's going to line up P3. Then you're going to have that 46 of Trenton Jump. And that Ford Performance Ford Mustang sitting at P4. Brandon Robertson in the 2 Good Wrench Chevy Camaro. He's going to be lining up P5 with Mo Abhat in that Do It Right Ally number 48 Chevy Camaro. He's going to be lining up P6. Matt Grenier. He's going to be lining up P7 in that number 15, Main Dump Runners Ford Mustang with Dylan Butler lining up next to him in that number 97 Hales Angel, Virginia Toyota Camry. And it's going to be Jimmy Allen, that number 16 machine. He is going to be lining up in that P9 spot. Say, where we going, Chris? There he is. There is Jimmy Allen. He's your second position in that points. He is sitting in that P9 spot. Frankie Barroso going to be lining up in that last spot in rounding out your P10 point spot, that is. And then there's going to be Ryan Smith lining up in that P11 spot. Christopher Blanchard, lining up P12. Casey Barlow lining up in that P13 spot. Justin Winters in that P14. Adam Lancaster going to be lining up P15 with Scott Fritz lining up P16. Wyatt David Brackett going to be lining up in that 17th and 18th position with Tyler Johnson 19th. Brian Terry going to be in that, Joshua Abbey going to be in 21st. The same Brian Terry is up 2 spots for me, but oh well. Yeah, either way, CJ Mason, round out your field here tonight as those last 3 drivers are all sorted out. But either way, got a good field gridded up here tonight. I'm horrible at counting live timing when it's moving around like that. Sorry, it's like I'm horrible. It's like seeing a squirrel in the front yard. My attention just keeps going everywhere.
Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be a good race tonight. A lot of these drivers that are in this championship bid, they are up here in the front, so they're going to be battling it out here early in this mix. 250 laps are going to go by really quick. It's going to be over before you know it.
Yes, sir. I heard we were 45 minutes into the race last night in the Truck Series, 150 laps, and shoot, we got done with the race. I think I want to say in like under an hour. We were only broke an hour because of post-race interviews, so it was a quick race in the truck race last night. But all right, drivers, get them buckles tightened up. Let's keep going, baby. Get on the gas,
Whoa.
And big wreck already. That was the 26 of Jeremy Little. big loose coming off that straightaway. And unfortunately, that's going to collect some good race cars here early, and that is what you do not like to see. Coming to the the green flag at lap number 1. Jeremy Little already got a very beat-up race car. That number 26 is going to have to definitely come down pit road and get some damage repair.
It looked like a lot of drivers had to check up. Don't know which all ones wrecked. We'll go back and check on this. Let's look at it from... See there, the 46, Trenton Jump getting sent around the 48. Mo Abhat giving a little bit of a bump to the 46. See the 12, Frankie Barroso don't really have anywhere to go. Get a lot of these drivers getting slowed up. You see the 33 there getting into the back bumper of the 12 just a little bit. A lot of those drivers that say that it crashed didn't really crash. Just a lot of stopping on track. But it looks like that 33 is going to get into the back bumper just a little bit. So maybe Wyatt Brackett doesn't have a lot of damage. But that 12,
yeah,
12 and the 26.
And that 6 Tyler Johnson went down there and he waited. He didn't take any damage, it looks like. So, unfortunately, here at lap number 1, we are going to have a caution. And that is very unlike these guys. You don't see that a lot. And I want to say, actually, that's like the second time we've seen that, though, this season, Chris. I think, didn't we have that at Dover? Actually, that was in the Truck Series at Dover. They did that. But, man, that is something that I don't think we've seen in the Cup Series. If not recently, we haven't seen it in a while. That's something I don't think I've even seen the Cup guys have a problem with. And unfortunately, here at Bristol, it is kind of hard to get on the throttle without getting the reserves lit up. But it looks like he did just get them lit up. And we got a couple cars here early damaged. But good thing about a short track, as long as you got RPMs and fresh tires under that thing, you can keep them speed up.
Right after that first caution there on lap 2, it looks like we got Frankie Barroso, Wyatt Brackett, Trenton Jump, and Jeremy Little all coming down pit lane. See that 46 Trenton Jump, that is unfortunate for him. He's going to be missing the front end of that car for pretty much the rest of the night. So that's going to be unfortunate for that 46. He is currently sitting in that 4th position in points, so he is doing a good job of sitting up in that in that bubble. So maybe if he can just finish it out, maybe get away with a a little bit of a cushion from being so far up in the points. But you see that number 12 coming out now. Yeah, that 46 not going to get any or a lot of damage done. Looks like the green flag's out though.
It is indeed. We missed that.
Do apologize. It looks like Alex Huffman's getting out to a good jump. Matt Grenier is going to be right behind him. Dylan Butler following suit, but Brandon Robertson and Jonathan Schwartz following up. Jonathan Schwartz actually falling back a couple of positions. See the man that's dominating all season, falling back here. You can see Jimmy Allen all over the back bumper of him. So it's actually the way we've seen it is reverse. You see Jonathan Schwartz all over the back bumper of that 16, but now that 16 is returning the favor. Alex Huckman, though, he has got this track down to a science now. He's starting to pull away from that second place of Matt Grenier. Matt Grenier looking really good as well. Look at that, a big bunch up there from that two of Brandon Robertson. Back to Jonathan Schwartz. You see Jimmy Allen making a move on the inside of Jonathan Schwartz, but Jonathan Schwartz is going to go ahead and shut that door.
As we see Brandon Robertson right here now pulling to that outside lane into that 96 of Dylan Butler. As we're rolling here at lap number 12, green flag racing is upon us finally after that first lap accident. But we are rolling here. The field has forgotten about it. See that 95 of Jonathan Schwartz now peeking up behind as he lost a couple positions in that first lap accident. As the 96 of Dylan Butler now going to get a big moment as he's going to gather it back up. He's got the 48 of Abhat on his outside now, going to roll on by. As you go back up on board here with that 95 of Jonathan Schwartz, holding on to that fourth position. Down 2 spots from where he started as he's trying to get back up to where he originally qualified in that second place spot. But he's got his arch rival all season, that 16 of Jimmy Allen. That is the guy that Jonathan Schwartz has been battling. That's the guy that Jimmy Allen's been battling. Look at that, Chris. Caution is back out here at lap number 14. We'll have to see what it is for.
Yeah, it looks like Brian Terry. I was watching the ticker. That's why I had gotten quiet there for a minute. I was just watching the battles that were going on through the ticker. And I noticed that Brian Terry had started falling back, so we'll actually go see what happened there with him. Oh, it looks like a big bang with the wall, and he just held it up against the wall and stopped.
Pretty much just a single car accident. And that's going to do no harm to the rest of the field besides stacking back up here.
I was gonna real quick say that it does look like there's a little bit of a stream issue going on, so I am getting a couple of drop frames. I do apologize if the stream is acting up a little bit, so I'm gonna try to figure out if there's a way that I can maybe just cut a couple of programs off or something. But just let you know, I am noticing that the stream is skipping just a little bit, so if it is, I do apologize.
Just seems like it's our monthly internet issues, Chris.
Yeah, we always have one night a month where it always just decides that it wants to go. Now I do notice that Facebook is having a lot of routine maintenance coming up on their website, so it might actually just be dropping frames to Facebook. If it is, then we'll find out here in a little bit. It looks like Adam Lancaster keeps crashing, maybe just slowing up. Yeah, I think it's just a lot of checking up going on from these drivers. It's freaking SDK out, kind of scaring me. All I see is red bars going all over the place. But yeah, I do notice that Facebook is having a lot of, right now, like a red bar saying performing routine maintenance and doing all this stuff. So it might just be something along those lines as well. So again, do apologize if the stream is being a little wonky or not up to the best standard that it is. So again, do apologize if that is the issue. But hey, we're here right now. If we have to, we will record it, and it will be streamed onto it. Or uploaded to it, excuse me. Sorry, I was listening to something.
Chris, go ahead and... Oh, sorry. I forgot I was live. Can you go ahead and start recording it now? All right, so we do have the recording going on right now. Not sure why we are dropping frames. That is weird.
Yeah, but it looks like the green flag's out here, Josh. It looks like Jonathan Schwartz has moved up into that second place position. He's going to go around that 15 of Matt Grenier. looks like that 16 of Jimmy Allen's also trying to work the inside of that 2 of Brennan Robertson. So Jimmy Allen's still fighting with that 2, trying to get around. There you go. You see Mo Abhat also up in the mix of it, driver that we also need to see up here in that front to get as good of a finish as he can. Because he is definitely sitting on that tail end of the bubble. So Mo Abhat needs to do a really good job here tonight as well. But it's good to see that Jonathan Schwartz is starting to get his foot under himself again. But it looks like Brandon Robertson's going to win that battle between Jimmy Allen and himself. So Jimmy Allen's going to fall in back behind that too. It's very fun to see all these races here at Bristol. I love watching this short track racing. As you see, it looks like Alex Huffman is also one of those drivers that really needs to do something good. He's missed a couple of races, I want to say, towards the end of the season. So he was in the lead, I do want to say, at one point. He dropped back a couple. So Alex Huffman also needing to do a really good finish here in these next couple of races. You see Matt Grenier, also one of those drivers, needing to do a really good job. Looks like Brian Terry's coming down pit lane, so unfortunate for that.
Jimmy Allen making a move on that number 2 of Brandon Robertson right there, going to the inside. They're battling for that 5th spot right there. Jimmy Allen working his way to the field, started in 9th. He's rolling up in the top 5 right now. It just seems like every week, no matter where that 16 National Guard starts, I mean, he's going to find himself up towards the front, and he's going to be on a charge, so Jimmy Allen's definitely always got a handle on that race car, no matter where they're at. You see Mo Abhat, one of those guys we were talking about, Chris, needs a good finish here tonight. Sitting in 6th currently, so he's got himself set up in a good spot. I mean, anything can happen. You got a lot of guys up there battling for positions in front of him, so, I mean, one of those guys get in contact. I mean, just one position puts him in some better points than what he was before, so, I mean, he's sitting good. But his position just gets better and better for him as you're right on board with that 52 of Justin Winters. He's put himself up 6 positions, currently sitting in 8. Another one of those drivers that usually no matter where he starts, he's going to find himself up in the top 10, top 5 at some point. As we go back up on board here to that number 2 of Brandon Robertson, that good wrench machine, going to wheel it on that outside lane. And you're going to see that outside lane just be so dominant. That inside lane usually only works on those fresher tires. Once that run starts to settle in, you'll see that mid lane become dominant. But look at that 2 going to kind of go low here. That 16 going to stick a high, but it looks like now might be taking my words for granted. That 2's making that low lane roll, and but it looks like that 16 now is starting to get a big run back on that outside lane. And there you go. You see that 2 going to move back up to block that momentum. So he's giving Jimmy Allen a tease, but we'll see how long it takes for Jimmy Allen until he finds that advantage, finds that hole, or see if that 2 makes a mistake. That's a good little battle right there for that 4th and 5th position.
He's going to right back up on board with that 1st place position. Alex Huffman looks like he's starting to pull away from that 2nd place position of Jonathan Schwartz. So maybe Alex Huffman, being the short track driver that we know that he is, that maybe he'll got to win here tonight. Pull away from that 1st place position of Jonathan Schwartz. He definitely needs to get a good finish. I know I sound like a broken record, but these drivers do need good finishes to advance, because they are sitting on that edge tail of the bubble. So Jonathan Schwartz, that driver currently sitting in 1st place. Out. Yeah, Ryan Smith and David Brackett, it looks like.
Yeah, Ryan Smith definitely beat up. Oh, Lancaster in that 24, and that stacked them up. If you notice that 28 of Lancaster gets into the wall just a little bit. 24 gets in hot. That 91 gets in right to the back bumper. He has to check up. And then when he
Yeah, it looks like there was a little bit of a checkup there from that 24 that caused that 91 to have to get on the brakes really hard. He's going to get into the back bumper. The 24 just barely, but that's not going to have that's not going to give that 38 anywhere to go though. So that 38 is going to send that 91 off of his front bumper. Doesn't look like anything happened to David Brackett there, but yeah, that 91. Ron Smith definitely taking a beating there. Whoa, look at the 12 of Frankie Barroso just getting it woed down. Almost getting into that 91 and the wall, but able to save it there.
And that 38 of David Brackett, man, got away with no damage. So as that's going to open the door for pit road now, as you're going to see your whole field hitting that radio button saying, all right, four tires, fuel, let's get it, baby. They're going to pull in their pit stall. You're going to see that 8, that 95 get pulled up. As they're going to get that right side up, you're going to see the invisible jack man, the invisible wheel guys take those right sides off, get them zapped back down as that right side's going to go down. But it looks like that 16 of Jimmy Allen might have only taken fuel, or he could have taken 2 tires, but it looks like it was only a 6-second pit stop. So that's definitely got to be a splash and go, right?
Yeah, definitely a splash and go. Looks like Dylan Butler also on that same strategy as well as Casey Barlow, just a splash of fuel and go. So after 41 laps, these drivers may be trying to wait out until that stage break. See a lot of smoke going on down here. You see the 6 there, Tyler Johnson coming down pit lane. So 91 Ryan Smith is going to be down pit lane now for a little bit. Brian Terry also one of those drivers that have a lot of unfortunate events happen to him, sitting on that pit lane now for over 5 minutes now, so he's probably going to be out for the rest of the night. Or just taking some damage control. Getting that car back out there on the track. It looks like that 16 of Jimmy Allen, like we said, he's going to pull out in front of Dylan Butler. And Alex Huffman's going to assume that 3rd place position. He had a 14-second pit stop, so maybe just a right side tire strategy from, looks like down to your 12th place position. And then you have a couple of 25, 26 pit stops. Maybe a 4 tire strategy for a couple of drivers like Jeremy Little and David Brackett, since they've had a little bit of an issue. But every other driver looks like they've taken only 2 tires, but it looks like the caution lights are out. Pace lights are off. Car is off, and the 16 is off to a good jump. Well, you see a big stack up there from the 24 Casey Barlow, that 96 Dylan Butler. He's also got a lot of front end damage. You see him getting into the slow. Big stack up there from the rest of the field.
As you go back up here, man, you see this field really stacked up. That 15 of Matt Grenier all over that 95 of Jonathan Schwartz, as they got just 2 wide racing all around. And you see that 8 Alex Huffman out of the inside of that 96 of Dylan Butler. Those 2 tires going to be working magic right now, as he is just going to drive on by on that bottom lane. We'll see if that 95 of Jonathan Schwartz does that same thing right here. He's going to set him up coming out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway we go. Here goes that 95 to the inside of that 96. As he'll move himself up back into the podium spot. So 95 of Jonathan Schwartz back on the hunt, as he's got the man he was chasing down a moment ago right in front of him. But he's got the 16 of Jimmy Allen also sitting out there on those old tires. He was one of those drivers that took fuel and got back out, splash of gas and go. And that's showing that those 4 old tires, even the tour tire, can be better. And you're still way more dominant with better pace. Just on 2 right side tires, and you are no tires at all.
Yeah, we got Sarah Mays in the YouTube chat saying, come on, Alex, come on, 52 winners. Hey, good to have you here again, Sarah. Also got 20 iRacing team. Let's go, guys. It's Bristol, baby. Yes, sir, it is. It looks like Alex Huffman's going to rip that lead away from the 16 of Jimmy Allen. Like you were saying, Josh, those tire differences are starting to show, because that 95 is already driven past that 16, and it looks like that 15 is also trying to drive around. So you're starting to see that tire difference is coming into play as that two of Brandon Robertson's now looking on that outside. Excuse me, the inside now. Whoa, look at that big run that he got out of that turn.
Yeah, and look how far back Jimmy Allen's already fallen. Was leading this race about 2-3 laps ago. Now he's already back in that 5th spot. And he's going to get passed here by Mo Abhat as well, I'm assuming, in just a second. As Dylan Butler, who started on that inside lane behind him, or beside him, coming to the restart. He's falling all the way back to 8th right now as he's battling with Scott Fritz. So it just goes to show you those two tires, definitely a bigger advantage right now for those guys as they are starting to pick up the pace and roll here at lap number 52 as Alex Huffman's already pulled himself out. About a second gap on Jonathan Schwartz, so it's good to see Alex Huffman still re-pick up that pace. Even with the lap traffic, we didn't get any effect from the fast race car drivers out there. They're able to get themselves back to that traffic and keep going.
Wow, look at that gap that Alex Huffman started got. He's got out to a second gap on Jonathan Schwartz. So you definitely tell that Alex Huffman has this track figured out. He knows the line. He's always the driver that I watch whenever I want to figure out a line for racing. So it's good to see that Alex Huffman is out here in that first place position. Jonathan Schwartz, but though he is still on that prowl. Matt Grenier right behind him at 15. One of those drivers that we're always looking forward to seeing up here in the front. In that third place position, you got Brandon Robertson on the prowl as well, up in 4th. But Mo Abhat, one of those drivers that we don't get to talk a lot about, up in that 5th position in that 48 Ally machine. Doing a really good job. Scott Fritz up in the 6th position, up 10 positions right now, so he's doing a good job. Look at that, Jimmy Allen still falling back. Got that 52 of Justin Winters. Sarah Mays, look at that, he's up into that 7th position with Adam Lancaster right behind him.
Look at that Lancaster's got, Chris. He's up 7 spots. It's in an 8th. Adam Lancaster on a good little run here. He was getting big checked up earlier as we had that one caution come out earlier, and now it looks like he's found that rhythm. He's starting to get it rolling here. That Lancaster's transmission, number 28, starting to find that extra gear.
And it looks like Wyatt Brackett, he's also moved up into that 9th position, up 9 positions. One of those drivers that had a lot of that adversity going on in the earlier race. But look at that, the 6th Tyler Johnson moving his way up here. And that number 6 Viagra Ford Mustang, well, one of those good-looking cars. Throwback to Mark Martin, one of my drivers. Always love seeing that 6 Viagra car moving up through the field.
And they are battling for that 10th spot, man.
Yeah, it looks like the 6 has got a really good drive going into the corner, but it doesn't look like he can hang on to it coming out of it. Ooh, that 33 getting a really good drive out. You see that 28 making a move onto the inside of that 52.
And so they're going to be 2x2 here for that 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th position. It's got a good little battle starting to form out there. Going to go back up into the field. It looks like Jonathan Schwartz now, he's starting to come under to a little bit pressure of Matt Grenier, as he is about 3/10 back. So that 15 maybe starting to find a little bit of pace. And Brandon Robertson right there, back there as well. He's about 4/10 off of Matt Grenier. About 9/10 off that 95 machine of Jonathan Schwartz. It was about 9/10 off of Alex Huffman. You see that 8 machine up there still rolling pretty strong here at lap number 65 as he hits the stripe that time by. And that Allen's Body Shop Chevy Camaro, man. This looks like he might have what he needs to get done here in this early stage, man. Right now, he is the dominant car. And one of those ones to keep your eyes on, but you can never take your eyes off that 95 of Jonathan Schwartz. No matter the outcome, no matter the situation, no matter what you think the day is going to be, that 95 is going to find a way to throw a curveball in all of it. So we'll see how Jonathan Schwartz is able to adapt here later in the run, see if he can find that handle on that race car, because we know he would definitely love to pick up a win here and make it 6 on the season.
Yeah, Jonathan Schwartz is one of those drivers that we are accustomed to talking to up here in the booth. We got Logan Russell in the chat. Let's go Team New England. Got Chris Budd. Let's go Mo Abhat. Twice, actually. Let's go Mo Abhat. And then Mike Brizzen. I'm going with Brandon Robertson tonight. So Mike Brizzen going to pull out that Brandon Robertson card. So he is up into that 4th position. So Brandon Robertson looking really good as well.
Yeah, that 2 Goodwrench machine, driving is about as good as it looks, man. He's doing a good job tonight. I mean, he looks like he's got a handle on this track right now. And Brandon Robertson, man, one of those drivers that week in and week out has speed, but usually just isn't there in the late race, mid-race. Seems to have that either early speed or it's qualifying speed, man, and then he hangs on for a little bit, and then he usually falls back, or he's up here dang running podiums. I mean, that too is just starting to find his groove, man. It's nice to see him become more consistent here later in the season. He's sitting in 4th here right now. He's been holding on to it pretty good, and he's running up there with good company, man. That's Jon Schwartz and Matt Grenier in front of him. Those are two guys that are pretty fast as well. So that too of Brandon Robertson, not doing a bad job all season, really. Just hasn't been able to get it done when he needs to get it done, and but that'll come with experience, and he is definitely showing that experience.
Whoa!
Later in the season.
Yeah, you see the 15 diving it on the inside of that 95. So now Matt Grenier going to be giving the 95 the business coming out of the turn. Whoa! You see the 15 getting really loose coming out of the turn. See that 95?
They're going to be too wide right now. Yeah, that's for second place. Look at that. That 15 now. He's going to get a good little run out of the corner. He got a good charge. Just wasn't able to get that full clear of that 95. He's doing it again out of turn number 4 right here, as they're going to be too wide again. That's going to allow Brandon Robertson now to pull up. So this is going to give Brandon Robertson the opportunity to get up here and run for what we were just talking about, another one of those podium positions, as he's going to get down here. And we usually see that too, very dominant on the road courses. And, you know, they usually say those guys that are good on road courses usually good on short tracks because of the braking. And, you know, I don't know. I don't get it. But, hey, they that's what they say. So Brandon Robertson definitely going to use that lap car. Casey Barlow is a pick. As that 95 of Jon Schwartz now, he is falling back into 4th place. And that's 2 of Brandon Robertson. Good little pass right there as he's going to follow that 15 to Matt Grenier past that 95. And he's going to take over that final podium step at the moment.
Yeah, we also got Linda Huffman in the chat on Facebook. She says, go Alex. Good to have you here with us, Linda. All right, looks like Alex Huffman starting to run into a little bit of lap traffic up here. He's got that 16 of Jimmy Allen on his front bumper. That's not good to see. That second place points leader sitting in that second place points position holder sitting in that 17th position with that 8 of Alex Huffman all over his back bumper. Oh, that's not a good sign. See that 91 right in front of him. Good to see that 91 get back out on the track. That's Ryan Smith. You saw him earlier get into that little bit of an incident. So you see Alex Huffman going on the outside. He's going to go ahead and take that lap away from that 16, but look at who's right behind that 16. That 15 of Matt Grenier has caught Alex Huffman, so the lap traffic is starting to come into play. You see, Matt Grenier is on a drive from wherever he just came from. I don't know, but there was a big gap. There was almost a second and a half gap, and then all of a sudden it just closed up. So you see that that lap traffic is definitely starting to play dividends now. You see that 15 starting to gain. You got that 16 right in between them. So it's going to be a battle for that first position here before too long, as you see Jonathan Schwartz falling back just a little bit. Brandon Robertson going to assume that 3rd place position as we saw him get past all of those drivers. You see the 15 getting ready to get around the 16. Whoa, a little bit of looseness there from that 15.
And look how bad that no tire gamble was for that 16 of Jimmy Allen, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, he took no tires, man, and now he's going a lap down to those lead lap guys' cars who just took 2. So just taking that 6 seconds on pit road, man, to take those 2 right sides has now lost him the lead lap.
Yeah, now look at that. Justin Winters, something happened with him. He was currently up in that 7th place position. Now he's dropped back to that 15th position. So something happened with that 52 car. He's going to go a lap down as well. So now that 2's going to get around the 52. The 15's going to get around him. So now Alex Huffman, he had a little bit of a breath of fresh air whenever those guys got around the lap cars. So he was able to pull that lead away just a little bit. But Matt Grenier's not going to let that 8 car get away from him too much.
Yeah, that 15 doing a good job navigating the lap traffic as best as he can. He's pulling up here behind that Blanchard's towing as he's going to go to the inside lane. I'm going to go ahead and let him go on by. As you see that 15 of Matt Grenier, he's going to let the 2 go on by as well. As that 15 now starting to pull up even closer to that this 8 of Alex Huffman, excuse me. As you see Scott Fritz, Tyler Johnson and company. As that 8 now working on David Brackett, that 38 machine. Looks like it's giving him a little bit of a tough time there on that bottom lane to get by that 38. And that's allowing that 15 to pull up now. Did you see it there in that rear view mirror? That 15 now right up on that rear bumper for just a moment as they're going to pull it off down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's rolling around here. Looks like that bottom lane, or excuse me, that was actually the front straightaway. And now we're in 3 and 4. It looks like that outside lane, though, just a dominant lane for that lapped car. That 9 definitely not having a fun time trying to get by. Or excuse me, that 8. And look at that. That's going to open the door now for the 15 of Matt Grenier. As Alex Huffman, he had a good little lead. And now that lead has definitely shrank. As he has got the 2 of Brandon Robertson. He's got the 15 of Matt Grenier knocking as he's finally going to get past David Brackett and roll his way up into a little bit of clean air, but he's got some more cars pulling up, or he's pulling up to that 33 of Wyatt Brackett, that 28 of Adam Lancaster here in a second. So that is going to be a tough little pass for him. Actually, that is the 26 of Jeremy Little, excuse me.
Yeah, no, you do have Wyatt Brackett right in front of him. See, Wyatt Brackett's right there in front of that 26 of Jeremy Little. So, yeah, it's starting to stack everything up. Whoa, did you see that 8? Having to get around that 26 really quick.
As he's going to go to the inside lane here, let's see how hard Wyatt is going to fight off for his lap. As we are coming to lap number 93 here in just a moment. As they hit the stripe for lap number 93 of 250 here. So the white knuckle 250, these guys really getting the elbows out here tonight already. As we've seen some good short track racing. And look at that 15 now. He is trying to get underneath that number 8. As you see that too, like he backed up his entry. He's going to get a really big run off the corner. He's going to take it to the outside lane. He's going to try to follow that 33 Wyatt Brackett. And he's going to make it work. He's going to pass that 15 on the outside. Will he try to move back down to that inside lane, fill that gap? Not sure, because that's really not going to work with that 33 Wyatt Brackett. Who's going to slow him back down. That's going to put him back behind. But for a moment there, that 2 thought he just made the pass of the century. But now he's going to go back down to that bottom lane, follow that 15 through. But it looks like no. He's going to have a change of heart for just a second. Going to go back to that outside lane as we're seeing a big old gaggle of race cars behind him. 6 of Tyler Johnson and company. They're all back there racing pretty hard as well. Go back up on board here, though, with that 15 of Matt Grenier, who's now chasing down that number 8 of Alex Huffman, as it looks like that 2 of Brandon Robertson. Going to almost get his way by that 33 of Wyatt Brackett. But at the moment, this is your race for the lead. As there you go. You see that 2 get clear of the back of your camera. Top of your screen is that 8 Alex Huffman going to roll it into turn number 2. That 15 of Matt Grenier now. He's going to have an actual legitimate shot right here to battle for this race lead at lap number 97. And the pits will be closed in 2 laps. So we're getting close to that stage break. We'll see if that 15 can make that pass for the lead here and win that stage.
Yeah, we got Ronnie Shirk in the chat. He said if the Cup guys watched last night's race, they would have known you needed tires. And he also says good race for the lead. So, yeah, we've got a really good race for the lead right now. Matt Grenier looking like he's trying to take that lead away from Alex Huffman. But Alex Huffman's not wanting to give it up at all. To last night's in the guest booth.
Look at that. He's going to use those lap cars as a pick.
Whoa, there's a big stack up there. The 8's going to get into the back of that 28. 8's going to get the back of the 48.
3 wide.
Oh.
That's not going to work. Oh, they're going to make it work. And that's going to promote 15 to the lead. Here comes a 2. Man, that was some racing right there. That was sketchy as the caution's going to pop.
Caution's out.
That's going to give the stage win to that 15 to Matt Grenier.
Ooh, that was definitely some crazy driving right there.
Heck yeah, man. Good racing there. And that was for the stage break, man. Look at that. Coming out of 4, the 8 just had to get big on the brakes on the straightaway. That 28 of Adam Lancaster. And then Adam goes to the inside lane right here because he saw that 8 just had such a big drive, and he decided to go to the bottom. Look at that. Then he gets checked up by the 48 of Mo Abbott here. He just had such a big drive, and the 48 was still trying to get her slowed down. That's going to get the 48 all sorts of loose down into the 28. Then the 28, the 15 are going to make contact right here. That's going to send him up into the 48 for a second, and then he's just going to get backed out of it, loose a little bit. I thought he was going to collect the 2 there for a second, but the 2's going to get on by, and Man, you're going to see a good race to the finish right here to that stage break. That was just a good race right there, man.
Yeah, you see a lot of good heads up battle in there going on. The 28 being that sandwich that he did not want to be, but good hands-eye coordination from him. See a lot of drivers coming down pit lane now. All of the drivers on the lead lap. You got Matt Grenier, Alex Huffman, Brandon Robertson. Looks like Adam Lancaster is going to stay out. Maybe try to get that lap back, because I want to say he did go a lap down. So you see now all of the drivers that were a lap down coming down pit lane. I do like that 19 with the quarter panel numbers. That does look really good. So Christopher Blanchard in that 19. Frankie Barroso also coming down pit lane. Mo Abhat down. You see that 52 Justin Winters coming out right now. Just getting out onto pit lane. But Matt Grenier, he's going to pull back out, assume that lead. Looks like Alex Huffman's also going to come out into second place with Brandon Robertson in third. So pretty much how we went into the pits is how we came out. But look at that. Tyler Johnson up 15 positions to that 6, getting into that 4th place position.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and bring up Matt Grenier, have a word with that number 15 machine so we can talk to your stage winner. Where is the booth? Where is the booth? Why do I... Oh, there it is. Matt Grenier, this is Chris and Josh in the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Going good, man. You just picked up that stage victory in a good little fashion right there. That was a good race there to the end with all those lap cars and company. You just found where you needed to go and got the run. But wanted to ask you, Matt, you're got a good little run going here tonight. You found something with that Ford Mustang. How's that car feeling, and how you feeling tonight? You think you got the car to definitely beat these guys out here, pick you up some good points and a victory here?
I'm feeling good here. So I like Bristol. It's a fun track for me. Car's feeling good. I got a little nose damage at the start. Ran in the back of Brandon when those cars came down, but it doesn't seem to have thrown off the balance too badly. So we'll just keep at it and see where we get.
Hey Matt, looks like you've got that thing found out, man. 15 looks like it's on rails tonight, and we're hoping for you have a good finish here. Looks like that 15 machine it's got everything set up for a good night here tonight. But we'll go ahead and get you back down into your team channel. And hey Matt, good luck in the rest of your race, buddy. And hey, hopefully we'll be talking to you here in Victory Lane not too long from now.
Hope so, guys. Enjoy the show. Thanks.
Yes, sir. All right, and that was that 15 machine of Matt Grenier. So you heard, feels like his race car is handling pretty good, man. He feels like he's got a good little run here. Said he had some early nose damage from that lap 1 caution on the restart, on the initial start, excuse me. But right now that 15 looks like he's got everything found out. Might have just smacked some turn into that race car when he got in the back of somebody. But either way, that 15 Ford Mustang going to take that outside lane here, which seems to be that dominant lane on the restarts. And we'll see how well he does here as the green flag is going to pop. And there goes Matt Grenier. Ooh, the Stephen Tyler Johnson. That was a big snatch.
That really was. Saw him get really loose, but he's got it. He had it settled up then, but you saw him get a really big drive coming out of 2.
As he's going to go to that bottom lane here, coming out of turn number 4. He's going to settle himself into that 4th position currently, but he's got Jonathan Schwartz, who's wanting to make his way back up to the field. That 46 of Trenton Jump. Early damage in the race. He's trying to roll his way back up through. No front bumper. He's currently sitting at 6. Trenton Jump doing a good little job with that with the race car he is being dealt with right now. And that number 2, Brandon Robertson, though, he's going to have a little bit of a battle there with that number 6, Tyler Johnson. He's going to set himself still in that 3rd place position, though, comfortably, as that 2, Brandon Robertson, going to start to pull away a little bit as he's going to peek to that inside there, that number 8 of Alex Huffman. But there ain't no room down there to make anything happen as that number 8. Now just toying with this 15 of Matt Grenier. We had a good race here for the stage break. But now that they're going to have clean air for a good bit of laps, it's going to be fun to see these guys really dish it out. As these are 2 drivers that look like they both got a handle on that race car here tonight. And another one of those drivers that's got a good handle on the race car, that 2 of Brandon Robertson, man. He is following both of these guys, so he is getting that experience of just knowing where to follow and see these guys be fast at. As you see that 6 Tyler Johnson now, he's going to put it to the inside, but just too early to be trying to make that inside lane work on, and it's just not gonna happen there right now.
Hey, I just want to point out that that 46 of Trenton Jump, he is still hanging on up here, so it's good to see that that 46 after that first lap adversity he had. See him still sticking up here with these guys in that top 10. So Trenton Jump doing a good job up here, but look at that.
Oh, look at that battle for the lead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a big stack up here from that leader. It looks like the 15. He's going to get passed by the 8. The 8's going to slide it up in front of him. There you go. You got a new leader here at lap 115. But look at that. Tyler Johnson in the 6. He's going to be making a move on the inside as well. Oh, it doesn't look like Tyler Johnson's going to be able to make it stick. Whoa, you don't have that room to get up there. So you see the 6 trying to shut that door on the 95, but the 95 is not going to. Whoa, you see the 6 getting really loose. So that 16 of Jimmy Allen, he is currently not on the lead lap, so he is trying to fight back for position right now. Alex Huffman getting into the lead, getting that clean air. He has definitely got his car dialed in. It looks like Brendan Robertson, like we were saying, also one of those drivers. Good to see him up here in that 3rd place position. It looks like Jonathan Schwartz, he's not letting anybody go anywhere at all. He's got that 6 of Tyler Johnson right behind him, trying to peek around him everywhere. 95 just kind of cruising, like letting that 6 kind of tear his equipment up. Like, you know what, man? Whoa, you see that 96 or that 6 getting into the wall there? Excuse me. That 16 of Jimmy Allen still trying.
Caution is out.
Looks like it was the 19.
Oh no. That's going to be Christopher Blanchard around. That Blanchard's still in 19. Oh.
Wasn't anything too serious, so you just see him probably getting into the gas just a little too. Yeah, getting into the gas just a little too early. You see the tire marks getting laid down at the back end. Come out from under him. Get down to the wall. Doesn't look like there's too much damage on that 19, so he should be fine.
So that single car accident is going to bring out the caution here at lap number 22. Look at that. That 2 of Brandon Robertson might be pulling down pit road. That 95 of Jonathan Schwartz as well. So we got a couple guys gambling coming down pit road here at lap 122. As, they're going to cut that green flag pit stop in half if we were to have one. So some strategy here early. I say early, 122 laps into the race, but still 250 laps in the race. So we still got a good handful to go, about 130 left. So still pretty early in this race. So we're going to see some pit stop strategy. Still going to see some other things play out in this race, so it's never too early to start gambling, you know. But just gonna go ahead and say a big shout out to Buttkicker as they came on board with the league. And if you're not sure what the Buttkicker is, the Buttkicker Gamer 2 adds instant immersion to any game. Unlike a subwoofer that moves air, the Buttkicker products move actual mass, producing a haptic immersion that's powerful and accurate. Experience powerful bass even while using headphones or a gaming headset. Also, the Buttkicker Gamer 2 easily attaches to standard center post chairs. Check them out at buttkicker.com and get 20% off with the discount code Bluegrass iRacing. If you're not sure still what that is, it's basically you just put it on your chair and it gives you some really good rattle, some vibrations, some bass, all of it. It really brings that immersion, makes you feel like you're in the race car. You hit that rumble strip, gives you that big old vibration from that big old bass speaker, making that rattle, brings that immersion to you, you know. So you get a lot of that. Brings that just that immersion into that. If you don't got the money for a motion rig or something like that, you know, or if you're just rocking VR, you want to find that next level. Will make that rig just feel like you are sitting in that race seat. So definitely check out their products. A lot of good reviews for them. on YouTube. So pretty sure one of your favorite sim racing YouTubers has a video about a butt kicker. You should go check him out if you're still unaware or unsure. And if not, check their website out at thebuttkicker.com. And I'm pretty sure they have all the information you need to know. And trust me, if you're like me, it'll talk you into it. As the pace car is going to pull off the racetrack, that's going to be that Abhat Huffman on that outside lane, as he's going to get off to a good start here at the green flag. As that 15 in the Matt Grenier, he's got the one of Scott Fritz now. Scott Fritz, one of those drivers that shows speed at these short tracks. It's good to see that number 1 roll his way up into the podium here. As you see that 46 of Trenton Jump, big move to the inside lane there on the new Brandon Robertson. As they're going to coming out too wide down the front straightaways. You see that $6 Johnson now going to go to that one of Scott Fritz to the inside lane. That 15 of Matt Grenier still rolling behind that 8 of Alex Huffman. So ever since that 8 got past that 15, he hasn't been able to get past. We'll see if it's just the late run that 15's good in, because that's when he was able to make that pass on the 8. Right now, it's looking like that 8 of Alex Huffman does have the dominant car. He's going to stick himself out into the lead, and he is going to hold on there at the moment. As you see back behind those Scott Fritz, Tyler Johnson, Mo Abhat, Brandon Robertson, those guys split by just a few tenths. They are all rolling pretty heavy there for that 3rd position on back. You got some good racing. You got some big movers right there. Scott Fritz up 13 spots. Tyler Johnson up 15. These drivers definitely making their way through the field to get up here, surpassing a lot of race cars. Pretty used to that right now. And, hey, you only got a couple more race cars to pass. And, shoot, you'll be out there by yourself.
Yeah, if you're a Jimmy Allen fan, Jimmy Allen back on the lead lap now. So that is good news for that 16. That caution did give him the lucky dog, so he is going to get to go around and get back on the lead lap. So that 16 currently sitting on the lead lap. Oh, as I see Jeremy Little crashed. And yeah, the yellow flag's out. So that's going to give Justin Winters, that should give him the lucky dog. So that 52 should be able to get around here at lap 132. We'll go and see actually what happened to that 26. Oh, you see a lot of damage on that front end of that car. Oh, as you see, might have thought he was clear there. Oh, and then the 5 of Josh Abbey gets him spin around, and he gets sent up in the air. He's still flipping.
Yeah, that's going to retire the car for Jeremy Little. He is just going to step out that race car. So unfortunate for that 26. He was, oh my goodness. He was the driver that was involved in that lap 1 start accident that caused the big old pile up there. So unfortunately, he has just been on a downward spiral from the start. And that's just going to go ahead and throw that blanket in for the night. So unfortunate for Jeremy Little. Just not a good night for him, man. Qualified so well, and just unfortunate for him.
Well, if you ever wondered what it looked like to flip a race car, there you go.
Well, if you ever wondered what it looks like to be stuck out on an island, well, now is going to be your time. Brandon Robertson, Trenton Jump, Dylan Butler. They stayed out, man. Well, Dylan Butler's going to come down pit road this time, but Jon Schwartz, from about 4th on back, all came down pit road, so 4th to 13th pitted, so we got a lot of fresh tires out there in that top 4, top 2, top 10 position, so it's going to be fun to see the battles now we have up front. That 2 of Brandon Robertson, that 46 of Trenton Jump, they are about to feel like they are on an island, man, with about 11 lap older tires. This is going to be a fun little battle here at the restart.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that 2 handles this these tires. He is on 11 lap older tires than the rest of the field. You see Justin Winters, he's on the same set of older tires, which he should get his lap back. Like I said, I'm not sure how it works here at Bristol, but I want to say it's the same way because the 16 did get a wave around, but I do see him going back to the back, so not really sure. Yeah, it doesn't look like, I was going to say it looked like that Justin Winters was on the, he had the lucky dog, but he didn't get the lucky dog.
If you had any type of contact or anything under the caution period, then it'll take the lucky dog away from you.
Oh, okay.
And the green flag is going to be back out. That inside lane going to get off to its best restart of the night. Going to allow Brandon Robertson to roll on by that 46 Trenton Jump. Going to hold off second position through turn number 1 and 2. We'll see how long he is able to hold off these hungry cars behind him on those 11-lap fresher tires. As you see a big checkup on that inside lane. Whoa, the 15 of Grenier going to get all sorts of front end loose, but he's able to gather it back up. Going to lose a couple spots. That 16 of Jimmy Allen, that 48 of Bo Abbott's going to roll on by that 95 of Jon Schwartz, leading that little bit of a pack right there as he is rolling in that 5th position. You got the 6 of Tyler Johnson, who set himself up in that 4th spot. And then Alex Huffman rounding out that top 3. He's sitting in 3rd. But Brandon Robertson, he's still sitting in that 1st spot. Trenton Jump, no front bumper. He is going to be all over the rear bumper of that 2 going in on corner entry. But surely these cars got to be falling off here soon. We'll wait for those tires to even out. And this is definitely what you don't want to see if you're Brandon Robertson, that guy that's on those old tires with you trying to battle you out here when you got fresh tire runners behind you.
Yeah, as you see Huffy making a big move to the inside. He's going to try to take that second place position away from that 46, but it doesn't look like he's going to do it. He's going to open up the door for that 6. He's going to go on the outside, so this is going to let that 6 and that 46 pitch that 8 down on that inside lane, make him check up a little bit more. This might shuffle that 8 back to the back. The 46 still doing a really good job, even with that front end damage. But the 2 of Brandon Robertson doing a really good job getting into that clean air and getting away from these guys. You see that 8 starting to fall back just a little bit. Whoa! As the 46 gets into the wall, the 6 of Tyler Johnson has to dive down really far into the turn. That was a really crazy move.
Whoa!
Whoa, you see the 8 now is just basically swap positions. The 8 and the 6 have swapped places on the track. Whoa! As the 6 gets bumped. Oh, and the 6 of Tyler Johnson gets bumped down into the bottom of the track. He's going to bump up into the track. He's going to bring out the caution here at lap 144.
Came over the radio and said it was 100% his fault.
Yeah, as you saw the 6, you thought right here he was gonna save it, but then it just went into the wall, and then back in goes around. You see him getting on the gas, trying to get it to start going back down to the bottom of the track, but he's just gonna go ahead and lock it up.
Matt Grenier made contact.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see the 15 get into the back of him.
But it looks like everybody else is going to roll by pretty cleanly, besides maybe getting to that outside wall just a little bit. Like the one of Scott Fritz and the 28 of Adam Lancaster also maybe rear-ended each other or got into the outside wall and rear-ended each other together.
Ooh, just a really big hit there. Yeah, and then you're going to see that 1 and that 28 getting into the wall just a little bit too. Does look like we've got a couple of drivers coming down pit lane though. Trenton Jump, he's decided to go ahead and drive it down pit lane. Yeah, Matt Grenier also coming down pit lane, maybe taking a little bit of a damage assessment after that last little bang that he got there. Frankie Barroso in that 12, he's coming off of pit lane now. One of those drivers that was mixed up in that earlier mess up on lap 1. You got Scott Fritz also down pit lane. Tyler Johnson, the driver you saw going around there. CJ Mason also coming down pit lane. David Brackett also coming off pit lane. It looks like Josh Abbey, he's been sitting on there for about 5 minutes now, so maybe calling it a night. Maybe he had just a little bit too much right damage or right front damage or something like that. Maybe just decided to go ahead and call it a night. Here at lap 148 at 250, we've almost got 100 laps left. It's going by a lot faster than I thought it would. We're only 45 minutes in, or an hour and 20 minutes in, and it feels like we've only been here for 20 minutes. This just went by so quick. It looks like we've got a really good race up here for this lead. As you see, Brandon Robertson up here fighting Alex Huffman for that lead position, but Jon Schwartz, he's trying his best to hang on. But it looks like the caution lights are out. Josh said he wanted to apologize. He is still not feeling too good, so he is going to have to step up for a minute, step away from the booth, so it will just be me, so I do apologize if you don't like the Chris guy. I know a lot of guys always tell my brother he does a lot better job than I do, but hey, you got to listen to me too sometimes, so you got me for a second. But it looks like the pace car is about to pull off the track here. See Brandon Robertson bringing these guys to the start-finish line, so at lap 149, and the green flag is out. See a little bit of wiggle there from that 48 of Mo Abhat. It looks like the 2 is going to dive it down into turn 1, 2, come out. See that 48 getting a little loose back there. That 95 is going to be on the outside of that 96, Dylan Butler. Inside, excuse me. Look at that, 16 to Jimmy Allen. Just come out of the middle of nowhere. Was a lap down a couple of, about 20 laps ago. And look at him, now he's back up here battling for that that second place position. So Jimmy Allen's doing a really good job back up here, but look at that 96 of Dylan Butler, also one of those drivers that is hanging on at the edge of the bubble. He is one of those drivers that needs to be up here in this front spot, so it is good to see also that 96 getting up here. Yes, I see having a lot of internet issues. Do not know what it is. Do apologize for it, but it looks like it is settling itself out here. But it looks like Dylan Butler is doing a really good job up here in that 4th position. Jonathan Schwartz falling back a couple of positions, but Mo Abhat, also one of those drivers that we don't get to talk a lot about. Only got to talk to him in the booth once or twice, I want to say. So it's good to see that 48 also up here, but that 12 and that 6 back here battling it out right now. And then the driver last night that was in the booth, Adam Lancaster, up 7 positions now that he's around that 12. Currently moving up into that 8th position, so Adam Lancaster doing a really good job, saying he needed to do good at this track tonight. So, looking at you, Adam, we got our eyes on you. But look at that, the 52 of Justin Winters moving himself up through this traffic. He's trying to get up here, so if there was another caution, he could get that lucky dog. But as I'm talking about him, you see him getting a little loose there. Looks like that 16 is still trying to battle it out for that 2nd place position with that 8 of Alex Huffman. 2 of Brandon Robertson still riding that low line. You're going to see how long it takes these drivers to start moving their way back up to that mid to top line. We do, as I say that, you see them running that top line, the 16 running that low line. As I was saying last night, I did notice that the high line definitely seems to be the line that everybody seems to run here at Bristol. Seeing that 2 getting up there on that loud pedal is a really good thing to see. See the 8 driving all over the back bumper of him. Jimmy Allen, but like you said, not wanting them to get anywhere away from him. Jimmy Allen still over the back bumper. Dylan Butler still up here in that fight, trying to figure out how he can get up here and fight it up with these guys. Jonathan Schwartz, one of those drivers that we always say it's a surprise whenever we don't see him in the booth, after having 5 wins this season. Yeah, it doesn't look like Josh Abbey is doing too well right now. He's currently sitting in that 18th position and not on the track anymore. So Josh Abbey doesn't look like he's on the track, been off the track for about 7 minutes now. So see that 16 of Jimmy Allen starting to make a move on the inside of the 8 of Alex Huffman. Whoa, you see the 16 getting a little loose there. 16's trying everything he can to get around that 8, but Alex Huffman doing a really good job holding him off, just making that car just a little bit wider than it needs to be. My brother always tells me whenever I'm racing, just do your best Ryan Newman impersonation. That's what that 8 is doing his best Ryan Newman impersonation, just making his car just a little bit wider, so that way the 16 can't get around. But it looks like 16 is going to get a good run out of turn 3 here, turn 4, excuse me. It looks like the 8's just got a better drop coming out of the turn. Whoa, as you see the 16 having to get down off of that quarter panel. 16 almost sending the 8 around. That would have been unfortunate, but here at lap 167, looking like it's a really good battle here for this front position. We're going to go back just a little bit just to see what's going on. See that 48 of Mo Abhat looks like maybe he was up into the wall a little bit. You see that Trenton Jump starting to fall off a lot. Maybe that damage starting to come in. See Matt Grenier also, one of those drivers that was up in the front, starting to fall back a lot. Oh, but it looks like Jimmy Allen's made his way around Alex Huffman and Brandon Robertson as we were looking away. Looks like Jimmy Allen's going to make his move on the inside of that 2 of Brandon Robertson. That 2 of Brandon Robertson does have a little bit of older tires, so maybe that 16 found a way around that 8. Maybe he used that 2 as a pick. Maybe got him slowed up and was able to get around him. It looks like that 96 Dylan Butler's also trying to get around him now. Maybe Alex Huffman having a little bit of a tire issue, battling it out with that 16, wore that equipment down just a little bit. Looks like Jimmy Allen's trying to just drive whatever line he can. Looks like we were saying, that 11 lap tire difference is definitely starting to show its ugly head.
Yeah, he is driving it in pretty hard right on that back bumper of that 2. I was going to say it's going to be a moment before he finds, or I was going to say it's going to be any moment that he finds that open gap, and it looks like right there he is going to pull the crossover move out of 4. And he's going to execute it just absolutely beautifully. That 16 of Jimmy Allen just made that pass. Looked like it was the easiest pass on the track of the night, and that was for the lead. He is going to go past that 2 of Brandon Robertson, and he's going to set himself up in a good little spot as he's already starting to pull away. 5/10 now, so you can really see, like Chris said, that ugly little head showing of that tire age gap really starting to show now.
Yeah, as you see Dylan Butler back here fighting with that 8 of Alex Huffman. He is trying his best to get around Alex, but like we were saying, Alex is... Oh, excuse me, I just had a gummy bear. Had a gummy bear sitting in my mouth and I almost choked on it. Woo! See that?
Why are you talking with a gummy bear?
I just had a gummy bear in my mouth. I'm sorry. The 8 is getting passed by the 96 now. The 96 is taking that outside line. I'm so sorry. I don't know why that happened. But the 96 is going to finally get around that 8. So maybe that 8's starting to battle out a little bit of adversity in those tires. Like we were saying, up there battling with that 16 of Jimmy Allen. It looks like Jimmy Allen's starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Brandon Robertson is starting to fall off just a little bit as well. You know, like we said, he's on those older tires, so that's starting to show its ugly head here at lap 178. Wondering when the pit cycles are going to start happening again here. So we are like almost 40 laps in on these tires.
Yeah, we're starting to get in on these tires. It's going to be interesting to see when these guys decide to pull it down pit road. Expecting to see some decent tire saving, you know, at a night track with Bristol. I mean, with as heavy as this track can be on tires, we know with how you have to drive the lines, but you can still find some tire saving here and there. As we've got about 70 laps left to go as these drivers are rolling to the line, and it's going to be fun to see now how well Jimmy Allen's able to stretch that gap that he does have on those fresh tires, or fresher tires, I should say. Now at this point, they're 50 laps old, but still. As you see that 15 and this 12, that's Frankie Barroso. That is Matt Grenier battling it out. Right behind that number 1 is Scott Fritz, who was just up there running pretty good. And now he's falling back all the way to that 8th spot. But it sounds like that 95 of Jonathan Schwartz, he's going to go ahead and wave off the crowd behind him. He's going to tell them, hey, we're coming down pit road this time. They should start seeing those green flag pit stop cycles work their way through here as you do come in turn number 2. So that's why you see them coming past the start-finish line after calling it out. So you do have to pit on the back straightaway and follow it all the way around to your pit stall. So we should start seeing some drivers get ready to come down pit road here in a minute that are your leaders. But right now it looks like they are all going to stay out. And the only person that is going to come down at the moment is Jonathan Schwartz. We'll see when that does open the door up, though, for everybody else to make their way down pit road as well.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's good to see that 46 sitting up here in that 3rd place position. Missing that front bumper and all. He's still showing you that it doesn't matter how much damage you have, you can still get up here and run as long as you have the pace. So it's good to see that 46 making really good pace, but that 2 of Brandon Robertson, he is starting to hate the fact that he has these old tires because he's now got a 3.5 second gap to that 16. But look at that, the 16 getting all up in kinds of traffic here, so maybe that'll slow him up, let that 2 catch back up to him.
Oh. That 16 and Jimmy Allen wants to go.
Yeah, he's trying his best to get around everybody.
He's going to clear those 2 cars, the 33 of Wyatt Brackett, the 28 of Adam Lancaster. Now he's rolling up to, that's David Brackett, who's already a lap down. That'd be another lap he is going down. And then that 48 of Mo Abhat, who's currently sitting in 11th. Last car on the lead lap is that 48, so we'll see how long it takes this 16 to get on by these guys.
Yeah, Bristol is one of those tracks. It's very necessary for you to be. Whoa!
Oh, and now here comes Jonathan Schwartz.
Whoa,
he's going to go back on the lead lap. Those fresh tires, man, that just shows you. But
yeah, you saw the
Jimmy
16.
Allen just had a big moment there for a second.
Yeah, it looks like he was about to get up into the back bumper of the 48 there, trying to get out of the way of that 95. But whoa, that could have been really bad. As you see, it's opened up the door for that 2 of Brandon Robertson. He's now cut that gap down to a 2.5 second gap. It was 3.5 seconds, so that lap traffic is starting to help him in the favor. But now it looks like Jimmy Allen's got a little bit of clear field in front of him, so he should be able to run wide open now, not have to worry about anything, and he should be able to pull away from that 2 of Brandon Robertson. You should start seeing pit strategies come in soon as you see Alex Huffman coming down pit lane now. Dylan Butler also going to pull it down.
Yeah, I just heard Jimmy Allen as well call that he was going to come down here in a minute. So we're starting to see that pit stop cycle now open for these drivers. See the 16 get her woed up, pull down pit lane. See those guys on the bottom of the track pulling around onto the front stretch pits. As right now, it's going to be Brandon Robertson, that 2 machine in the lead with the 46 of Trenton Jump all over his back bumper. They're still pulling up to that 38 of David Brackett and Mo Abhat now. We're going to try to get past those drivers again who were just getting passed by the leaders a moment ago, and they're thinking, man, how many of these guys are going to be the leader tonight? They need to stop trying to pass us.
Look at that. The 46 is going to take the lead at least forward one lap 196.
Yeah, and he does have still fresher tires than what the 2 of Brandon Robertson does. They're both on some really old tires right now. But that 46 of Trenton Jump definitely has about 24 lap better tires than what the 2 does. So it looks like he is able to use just a little bit more of those tires up than maybe what the 2 does have left.
Yeah, and Trenton Jump with all that damage wanting to make a really good run up here. So yeah, good to see him working his way up here, putting almost half a second gap on Brandon Robertson.
As you see Frankie Barroso in that 3rd position, so we got some drivers still yet to pit. So it's going to be Trenton Jump, Brandon Robertson, Frankie Barroso, Matt Grenier, CJ Mason, Scott Fritz, and Mo Abhat yet to come down pit road. Excuse me, and Adam Lancaster yet to come down pit road. As You see Frankie Barroso now putting a lap down to that number 48 of Mo Abhat, currently sitting in that 7th spot. Get back up on board here with your leader. And look at that, Jon Schwartz now on those fresher tires. Rolling around to re-put himself back on the lead lap or down 1 lap. And maybe he might be down 2 laps. We'll see.
I do apologize. I was sitting there talking to myself. All I was saying is right now, I had that secondary, the ticker pulled up, saying that we have a lot of drivers that are not on the lead lap right now. So right now, there's only 6 drivers sitting on the lead lap. If there was a caution, that would shake up a lot of these points. So right now, like Josh was saying, Jonathan Schwartz is a lap down. He did get one of those laps back, so they're just waiting for that time to for that 46, as you see him getting it woed up, pulling down pit lane, so that way these guys can start getting that lap back. You see Brandon Robertson's going to stay out at least one more time. See the 8 of Alex Huffman getting around, getting at least one of those lap backs. He should be only a lap down now. You see the 33 coming around, getting his lap back as well. So a lot of these drivers trying to get laps back, trying to get back on the lead lap. But that 2, he's still being persistent, staying out there. If I was to tell you that he's coming up on 100 lap tires, you would say that I'm not being serious, but I'm being serious.
Brandon Robertson been out there for a minute, and it seems like he is just going to keep staying out there. Never mind, he just called it, coming down pit road this time.
Yeah, he was working on 90 lap old tires. The last time he had pit was lap 122.
BJ Mason coming down pit road this time as well, so only got Scott Fritz and Frankie Barroso left. The only 2 drivers have not come down pit road.
And it looks like Brandon Robertson's coming down. CJ Mason, as I heard Josh say. Mo Abbott's also down pit lane. You see that 1 of Scott Fritz and that 12 Frankie Barroso. Those are the only drivers that have not been down pit lane yet. So going to see how long they decide to stay out. There's still only 7 drivers on the lead lap, so once these 2 come down pit lane, that should start shaking everything up. But Jimmy Allen's only 5 seconds away. Yeah, he's only got a 5-second gap between him and Scott Fritz and a 20-second gap between him and that first place position. So right now they are losing a lot of time.
Yeah, and it's only a matter of time before they come down pit road. I mean, they can't stay out there forever. With us staying as green as we have been, we'll see when they do decide to come down pit road. As you see the 15 Matt Grenier going to pull to the inside of that 1 of Scott Fritz. He's going to go on by there in turn number 2, turn number 4. As they're going to roll on by that 15 Matt Grenier trying to work his way back up on the lead lap. The natural way, as you see that 16 of Jimmy Allen passing that 12 of Frankie Barroso. As he's now working his way up right behind Scott Fritz, and he is going to pass him in what looks like just the most dominating fashion. He is just going to say, all right, buddy, bye. And he's going to drive right on by him, and he is not going to look back.
Yeah, you're definitely going to see that tire difference starting to come into play now. He's
Frankie
sitting on,
Barroso pitting as well this time.
yeah, I was going to say these two guys are definitely on older lap tires, so they are going to have to start making some kind of decision. You see that one getting slowed down, that 12 getting slowed down as well. Yeah, there was only 3 cars on the lead lap just then, Josh.
Oh, I know.
That was crazy.
That's why I was just acting normal up here, man. If I acted crazy about it, they would have wrecked.
Yeah, you see Jimmy Allen, that should assume him the lead. And yes, it does. So Jimmy Allen's going to assume the lead here at lap 219 to 250. Alex Huffman's going to assume second place. About 5 seconds back from that 16. Jonathan Schwartz about 1.5 seconds back from him. So there's still a battle going on up here in this this top 3. There could be a battle between Jimmy Allen, Alex Huffman, and Jonathan Schwartz before too long. But don't count out that 96 of Dylan Butler either. He's all over that back bumper as well.
Look at 96 of Dylan Butler going to go to that inside lane. Other 95, Jonathan Schwartz, who's going to get into the wall. And that's going to open the door for Tyler Johnson, as he's going to roll on by that 38 of David Brackett on the inside lane, not fighting for position. Rather just trying to get some of these laps back that he's gathered on his desk. They have just thrown him up there like some bills and said, hey, you need to get rid of these. So he is out there trying to get what he can back. So at 38, not necessarily fighting for position. You see that 15 of Matt Grenier trying to put himself back on the lead lap. So he's going to roll back by that 5th place position. Got 4 more cars to pass before he's fully back on the lead lap, as you see Matt Grenier roll on by. And then, yeah, so it looks like Jonathan Schwartz, so after that contact with the wall, he's just going to fall back a little bit. As you see that 16 of Jimmy Allen got the 48 of Mo Abhat rolling past him now. Currently sitting in that 12th spot is Mo, so not getting his lead lap back, just getting one of the 2 you do go down here when you are on pit road.
Yeah, and it looks like Mo Abhat is currently tied in that 10th place with Casey Barlow and Dylan Butler. He needs to pull something out of his hat, because he is not doing too good of a job right now as far as the points go. He needs to get up there in that position. It looks like he's getting around that 52 of Justin Winters. But Mo Abhat doing a good job. Whoa, as you see the 52 getting a little loose down there. Doing a good job though, keeping up with these guys. He's just gonna have to dig here, and Mo's got it. You know, Mo's got it going.
Welcome to Mo's. I see that 8 of Alex Huffman sitting in that 2nd place spot. He's got that 15 of Matt Grenier now pulled up on him, who's going to try to get himself back past that 8 of Alex Huffman again, but not for position, this time for a lap. See, he's going to roll by him. You see that 16 of Jimmy Allen now trying to get past that 55 of CJ Mason, got the 12 of Frankie Barroso, that 1 of Scott Fritz. Got a bunch of cars just all around in that leader, trying to get past all these lapped cars. Woo, the 28 of Adam Lancaster going to drive it in big time on the back bumper. Looks like that 16 maybe just lifting out, trying to let this traffic with these faster tires go. Maybe just realizing that was his battle not to pick.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to, you have to realize, look, man, I'm up in the lead. I've got 10 seconds on the guy behind me. I'm just going to let him go and not try to battle him, so that way you mess your race up and then you end up in the pits.
Well, those guys he's racing around now too. Adam Lancaster pitted on lap 215, David Brackett 203, Scott Fritz 217. So they definitely got the fresher tires than that 16. He was just definitely trying to make his mark up there, as we are hitting that 19 lap to go mark this time by Chris. Looking like Jimmy Allen's got the car to get it done here, as he has been maybe not the favorite for tonight. Was definitely thinking it was going to be a Jonathan Schwartz or one of those guys kind of night. But look at that, Jimmy Allen. He's worked his way up from that 9th starting position, and like we said, no matter where he starts, no matter where he is, that 16 usually going to be up here in the lead at some point.
I don't know what you're talking about, not going in as a favorite, but Jimmy Allen being in that 2nd place position, he's always a favorite. Jimmy Allen's always up here in the front. What are you talking about?
I don't mean it like that. I
know. I'm just picking at you.
The way we saw earlier, Jimmy didn't seem like he had the pace to get up there and run with these guys, but he's definitely found something in that National Guard Ford Mustang, because he has turned it up here at this last segment of the race, as we have 16 laps to go.
Yeah, no, I was just picking at you. But yeah, it looks like Alex Huffman doing a really good job too.
And he's coming under pressure to that 6 of Tyler Johnson, though, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Johnson up 16 positions. He's doing a really good job of trying to battle out that 8. You did see him battling it out earlier, so maybe he's got something to go for. As you see that 52 taking it 3 wide there for just a few seconds. At 6, having to get out of it just a little bit. See Linda Huffman saying Alan Huffman in the, I'm assuming hospital, rooting for Alex. Linda, prayers go out to you. Hope everything's okay. And hopefully Alex can bring it home for you tonight.
He's got Tyler Johnson, though, all over the back bumper of him. Get back up here. Or, excuse me, there it is. We're back on board with those guys, as this is your closest battle for position. Currently at the moment, you see that 46 of Trenton Jump. Looks like a lapped car, but guarantee you he's not that one with no front bumper. He's up here, and he's battling for that 3rd place position. As you see him on the inside of that 6 of Tyler Johnson, as he's been trying to get past that 2nd place spot of Alex Huffman. They're about 12 seconds back, though, from that 16 of Jimmy Allen, who's just currently kind of cruising at the moment. Look at Frankie Barroso. He's going to dive into the inside lane there, and he might clear all 3 of these cars. Like he had to run there for a second. As well, the 6 is going to be big trouble. Contact, caution out. Well, it looks like the 6 might have gotten into the wall right there. Coming off in turn number 2. Turn number 4, excuse me.
Yeah, and at that point, the car, there's just no controlling it. Once you hit that wall like that, once you hit the wall like that, there is nothing you can physically do. Look at the 46 of Trenton Jump just driving down onto the apron
CJ Mason
like that.
had nowhere to go.
Yeah, CJ Mason having nowhere to go. Scott Fritz in that 1, getting down on the apron.
Obviously, there was a wreck out of turn 4 as well. I heard him saying that there was wrecks on both ends of the racetrack. Oh, Jonathan Schwartz.
Ooh, really big hit there.
Yep, and that is the accident. That was the accident they were talking about, Chris, that 95 of Jonathan Schwartz.
Okay.
All right, well, looks like Jimmy Allen, Alex Huffman, Trenton Jump, Dylan Butler, Brandon Robertson, and Frankie Barroso going to come down pit road. Chris, we got a lot of people that stayed out. That's looking kind of scary there for those guys.
Yeah, you see you got Matt Grenier staying out. Maybe he was a lap down. Yeah, he was a lap down, so he's able to pit now. So maybe that was what it was, Josh.
You know. Matt Grenier wasn't a lap down, was he?
Not sure.
I can't remember now. Anyway, it looks like Alex Huffman's going to come out in the lead, Chris.
I was going to say, it looks like Alex Huffman's going to assume the lead here at lap 142. 143, excuse me.
243.
243, excuse me. Oh. See that 1 of Scott Fritz in front of him, that 55 of CJ Mason. It's good to see them 2 still out on the track after being collected up in that little bit of an accident that just happened. 55 looking like a modified up there. And hey, if Trenton Jump can do it, I was gonna say if Trenton Jump can do it, he can do it too. See that 95 down there on the bottom of the track. It's unfortunate for him. Your points leader currently having a little bit of issues here.
Yeah, but Jimmy Allen and his company, man, they love that.
Yeah, so Alex Huffman definitely wants this to, he wants this win. He wants to be able to lock himself in for that next round. He wants to be able to say that he doesn't have to worry about it anymore. But that 16 of Jimmy Allen definitely wanting to get a part of that too.
Indeed, but don't count out that 2 of Brandon Robertson. He's been up in the lead tonight, but we still got some guys out there. They can definitely get it done, man. That 46 of Trenton Jump, no front bumper, but still, he could be one of those drivers and bring it home if we were to have some contact up here in the front. Anything can happen here. as it's going to be 6 to go, excuse me, when we hit the stripe. As the green flag is out, Alex Huffman going to get off to a big start. Brandon Robertson going to put himself into the lead, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to promote himself up there. It looks like Alex Huffman, he's having a little bit of issues going on. See the 16 getting all over that back bumper. Look at that. The 46, Trenton Jump, is making a move on the inside of the 16, but let's see. The 16 is going to shut that door real quick.
Brandon Robertson going to promote himself into the lead in the last couple laps. That 2 machine looks like he just found all sorts of pace here in the closing laps. He is on a mission right now.
Yeah, but look at that. Alex Huffman and Jimmy Allen starting to battle it out, but Jimmy Allen's not going to be able to do that. 2 to go, Josh.
As we'll see, this will be the battle for that second place position for that between Alex Huffman and Jimmy Allen. Those are the guys battling for points. Brandon Robertson just out here racing a race. He's going to grab the white flag here as Brandon Robertson going to dive it off into turn number 2. He's going to be driving it down the back straightaway for the last time tonight. And out of turn number 3 and 4, Jimmy Allen's going to put himself up into second, coming out of 4. As you see, big move, Alex Huffman into the wall. That's Trenton Jump by. And Brandon Robertson going to win the white knuckle 250. Jimmy Allen, that 8 of Alex Huffman, going to make contact. Whoa! Tippers flaring after the checkered flag.
We're going to go back and see what happened there on that last lap. Oh, you see a little bit of a door bang there.
You're at like 4 laps back.
Oh, am I? I do apologize. Oh, there you go. You see him getting up into the door, so you see. It's going to see Brandon Robertson burning it down.
So that is going to conclude your race here tonight at Bristol. Going to go ahead and run through your unofficial results here as we called on to that last little bit of Brandon doing a burnout. As it's going to be Brandon Robertson picking up that win here tonight, non-playoff contender. So it's good to see him shaking things up here tonight, picking up that win here at Bristol. Then it's going to be Jimmy Allen finishing in that second place position. Going to try to promote himself into the points lead after tonight. As Trenton Jump going to be finishing in that 3rd spot after a late race contact with that 16 of Jimmy Allen, that 8 of Alex Huffman coming out of turn 4, that allowed Trenton to move himself up into that P3 spot. Alex Huffman going to be finishing in P4. We saw a little bit of a late race contact with him after the checkered flag. Just giving that 16 of Jimmy Allen a little bit of a shunt to the back bumper, letting him know he wasn't proud or wasn't appreciative of what just happened in turn 4. Dylan Butler going to be finishing in that P5 spot with Matt Grenier P6. TJ Mason going to be finishing P7 with Tyler Johnson P8. Scott Fritz going to be P9 with Jonathan Schwartz in that P10 position. Mo Abbott P11 with Wyatt Brackett P12. Adam Lancaster P13. David Brackett P14. Frankie Barroso P15. Justin Winters in that 16th position with the 17th going to Christopher Blanchard. Joshua Abbey going to pick up 18th with Jeremy Little in that 19th position. 20th going to go to Ryan Smith. 21st going to go to Casey Barlow in that 22nd position. And rounding out your field is going to be that number 13 of Brian Terry. So that is going to be your finishing order for tonight, as it looks like we've got Trenton Jump ready in the booth. I'm trying to see if we get Jimmy Allen and that number 2 of Brandon Robertson. And yeah, other than that, we will be getting our post-race interviews here started in just one moment. As we saw an electrifying ending to the White Knuckle 250 here tonight on the Bluegrass YouTube and Facebook page. That was just a good race to the end right there. And Brandon Robertson able to pick up that easy win for him, but that 16 to Jimmy Allen, that 8 of Alex Huffman, definitely battling for all the points they could get into the round of 12. And that 16 to Jimmy Allen going to make some contact with the 8. Going to still net himself the second spot, but it's going to allow that 46 to Trenton Jump to move himself up into third and get himself a good little finish here tonight at Bristol. So, going to go ahead and bring up that well, looks like we've only got Trenton Jump right now in the staging area, but we're going to go ahead and bring him up and have a word with that third place finisher. Trenton Jump, Chris and Josh in the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, buddy. Hey, man. Early race. Like on lap 1, we had that big caution. You got some contact from that race car, and then it looked like all night you were just battling back and able to bring that big old open-wheeled modified is what it looked like, all the way up into that P3 spot. And right there at the end, it looked like Jimmy made a little bit of contact, and that opened that door for you. But hey, good job from you, man. That 46 machine definitely wasn't the prettiest, but you got a good job out of it, or you got a good finish out of it, and a dang good job wheeling that big old damaged machine up into that P3 spot. How you feeling after that? And how was that race car handling all night, man? It did seem like it might have been a fun one to drive.
Yeah, I'm completely honest with you. It wasn't even lap 1, and we had already completely rode off the car. I thought. I pitted, and I think I only had like a minute and 15 optional, but then they said I was missing my nose, so I just got lucky on catching cautions all night and ended up getting it fixed. And I kind of found out on my long run speed you could kind of run the bottom and get away with it and gain a crap ton of time. So that's what I just kept doing. And honestly, I think if that last caution didn't come out, I think we might have been able to get up to Jimmy. But I'm still happy with third. It's a long night, and when you're just battling back all night from damage, it's tiring, is what it is. But happy to be here.
Heck yeah, Trenton, you picked up that third place spot here tonight at Bristol. And like you said, the cautions did come your way. That race car pretty beat up there on that first lap, man. We were definitely shocked when we saw that happen. Whoa, we were like, whoa, what just happened? And then everything just went everywhere. We saw a lot more cars get into it than we were maybe hoping, but unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but fortunately for you, even through all the adversity, still able to get up there and finish where you qualified, man. You didn't, or no, you qualified in fourth. My bad. Either way, picked up that extra position, stood on that podium step, and good job from you tonight, Trenton. You got any final thoughts, final words before we let you go here tonight, bud?
Yeah, just after that first wreck, I had to wipe my eyes to make sure it was all real. I couldn't believe it. But no, I just thank you guys for streaming this. Thank you to old fearless leader Jason Collins for putting this whole deal on. Justin Teal at Color Teal Designs for painting the car. It's beautiful as ever. And glad to be back up in the top 3 talking to you guys.
Heck yeah, Trenton. Again, congratulations on that third place finish here tonight, buddy. And hopefully we'll be talking to you later in the season as you had a good little run here tonight. But again, congratulations, and have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah, you too. I'll be back, boys.
All right. See you, buddy. All right, and that was Trenton Jump, your third place finisher. Going to go ahead and have a word with Jimmy Allen. See what he's got to say. Jimmy Allen, Chris, and Josh up in the Bluegrass.
I can hear you guys.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was your mic's working now. All right, Jimmy. Hey, buddy, you picked. Oh, okay. Well, either way, I can hear him. You're in that second place spot here tonight at Bristol. You did a good job getting yourself back up there after qualifying in that ninth position. And then here at the end, it looked like you had just a little bit of contact with that 8 of Alex Huffman. Walk us through that. And because a lot of people probably wonder what happened in turn 4 coming to the checkered.
Nothing really happened. I mean, it's hard racing. I drove in there a little bit deeper, but just ran the natural line. I left him more than a car length up there. He was trying to dime in the corners. The only shot he had was to run me close to my right rear. So it is what it is. Same thing he did to me at New Hampshire. So it's racing.
Heck yeah, well, that's all I needed to know about it there. And hey, if you say it's racing, it's racing. That's all it is, baby. Hey, either way, Jimmy, you pick up.
I was like, I should have moved him in turn 1 on that last restart. It was my only shot at winning, but I didn't. There's a couple other times I could have bumped him out of the way and I didn't. So I think that was all fair.
Yes, sir. So hey, just the racing that you thought was fair. So we'll take it. We'll take it. But hey, Jimmy, you picked up second place either way here tonight, contact or not, man. It was a good race from that 16 National Guard machine. We were talking about it early in the race. Even if you don't got the qualifying position, you're going to find a way to get up there. The race pace seems to be always on. What was it tonight that made you maybe start from the back? But what were you able to find in that race pace was able to get you back through the field?
The qualifying lap was kind of strange. The track was a lot tighter than practice, and I learned something in practice for a long run, how to keep the car turning in the center of the corner. So it paid off. I mean, I had, I think, an 11-second lead before that last caution came out, and so, but yeah, it was good.
All right. Well, hey, Jimmy, you picked up that second place here at Darlington. I don't know why. That's the second night in a row I've said that. I said it last night during the truck race. You picked up the second.
Third at Darlington.
Yeah, you picked up the second place here tonight at Bristol. I don't know why I did that again. And hopefully this will help you get that boost points up into that first place. Jonathan finished in that 10th spot, so not a big points day for him. And either way, that 16 machine going to be riding on that podium again. Maybe wanted one more step here tonight, but still nothing to hang your head at, Jimmy, as we roll into the round of 12. And you got any final thoughts, final words, or anything before we let you go here tonight?
No, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate Jason. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, have a good night, and we'll be seeing you, Jimmy.
Later.
All right, thank you, bud. All right, and that was Jimmy Allen finishing in that second place spot. Now we're going to go and have a word with Brandon Robertson, see what he's got to say about that win here tonight at Bristol. Brandon Robertson, this is Chris and Josh in the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, buddy?
And way too long.
Yes, sir. What is up, man? You picked up that P1 spot, and you're here in the victory lane for this Bristol race. How you feeling, number one, in that number 2 machine? It looked like during mid-race, you might not have had the pace to get up there all the way, and then you started picking it up, and then you fall back, and then all of a sudden, you came on a run out of nowhere, and once you grabbed that lead, there's pretty much no looking back for that 2 machine. You had it pretty much figured out. How you feeling after that victory? And how was that truck feeling all night? It seemed like you had it pretty found out here at Bristol.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, it was honestly, I thought we had a pretty decent long run car. I mean, we couldn't qualify, but once it got spread out, I was one of the only ones who was trying to consistently run the bottom, which was, I think, saving a little tire and saving fuel. And then we get kind of mixed up with pit strategy, and people were pitting and people weren't, and the 16 got ahead of us there on that move. And then at the very end there, I didn't think it was going to run that long green, so I was committed to running the tank completely dry. I was trying to run the bottom as much as possible just to carry less throttle through the corner, and then it was time to pit, and I thought it was over at that point. I think I dropped back to 10th or 8th or wherever, and then yeah, we had that caution. I managed to get up on the lead lap before the caution, and I was like, all right, well, I only really have 2 plays here, no tires or 4 tires, so I decided to take 4. I didn't want to get in anybody's way on the front if I took no tires, and I thought I was going to start 6th, then I started 4th right behind right behind Alex, and I said, all right, I think I have a chance here, because I knew he took 2 tires, and I thought he was going to be able to get in front of Jimmy on the restart. And I honestly, when he dove to the bottom, it was like the seas just parted, and I just kept the throttle in it. I knew that was my one and only shot to get to the outside of him, and as soon as I got to the outside, it was lights out.
Heck yeah, Brennan. It was good to see you pick up that win here, and especially at a track like Bristol, man. We know how much of a driver's track Bristol can be sometimes. And like you said, you had that late run truck, man. At one point, you just came flying out of there like a missile. You got yourself up in the lead, and you know, looking back, that 2 machine looked like it just had everything cooking right at that point, and that is what we like to see. And it's good to have you up here in the booth, Brandon. Good to have you here in Victory Lane. Always a pleasure to get to talk to you. And hey, if you've got any final words, any final thoughts, or anything before we let you go, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
Honestly, just thanks, Team New England. I mean, we actually we're going to Watkins Glen this weekend for the Cup race. So Matt and Dave Brackett and I are heading over there tomorrow, actually Friday morning. So we're gonna have something to talk about for the weekend, and obviously thanks to you guys for broadcasting this season, and I appreciate what you do.
All right, well, we appreciate you too, Brandon. And I forgot to tell y'all were supposed to get us tickets to Watkins Glen, man. Come on. But either way, hey, enjoy the weekend, man. That's going to be a fun race for you. But hey, congratulations on the victory. Like you said, now you got a lot of talking points at the race this weekend. So hey, have a good weekend, and have a safe trip up there. And congratulations on the victory. It's going to be a easier ride now that you got that on your mind for the rest of the week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Thank you, Brandon. Have a good night, bud.
Yep. Bye now.
All right. And that was Brandon Robertson, your first place winner. And that was just an awesome race that we got to see here tonight at Bristol. I mean, we really did see so many different drivers coming through the field. And, you know, we thought for a while that was going to be that number 8 of Alex Huffman picking up that win. But unfortunately for him, he fell off just a little bit. And then there at the end, he got into some contact with that 16 machine of Jimmy Allen, and turn number 4, that put him back into 4th place. That promoted Trenton Jump up into P3. So we saw some shuffling all through the field. We saw some beating. We saw some banging. We saw some good wrecks. I mean, we saw it all here tonight at Bristol, and overall, turned out to be just a really, really good night. And those are the kind of nights you love to see here. Those short track nights, you either go to a short track sometimes in these league races and you get nothing but cautions. These guys just going out there and hanging out, but you're never going to get anything like that with Bluegrass. I mean, these guys are just so experienced, so educated on their craft, everything they know what to do. Usually if they haven't been in the situation, they're going to, once they get in it, they're going to learn from it real quick, and usually won't happen again. So, it's good to see these Bluegrass guys just getting out here. Truck Series last night, one heck of a race. Cup Series race tonight, another heck of a race. It was just a fun weekend here at Bristol, or fun, I guess you could say weekday at Bristol, Tuesday and Wednesday. But anyway, it's been a pretty good week, I'd say, Chris, for both races. I mean, I think we saw some pretty good action at Bristol.
Yeah, the truck race last night was definitely a lot of fun. It honestly went by so quick, I don't really remember much of what happened in it, but this race tonight was definitely one of those races that was a lot more fun to watch. A lot of fighting going on. Brandon Robertson doing a really good job. Jimmy Allen doing a really good job. Sorry about this race, not last week's truck race. So sorry if I was blending those two together. I just realized I was talking about truck race at first. Then I started talking about this one. But there was a lot of good racing going on at this race tonight. Seeing Brandon Robertson drive up through the field like that was really good. Jimmy Allen coming back from all that adversity early on in the beginning to get back up into that second place position, that was really good. It was unfortunate for that 8 of Alex Huffman, seeing him get bumped there at the end. But other than that, it was definitely a good race. Last night the truck race was also a really good race. Like I said, just went by a little too quick. Just don't really remember much because, like I said, we were sitting there. We had Adam Lancaster in the booth with us, and just kind of went by a lot faster than I was anticipating, and I just don't really remember much of it. So, but it was good to have Adam Lancaster in the booth last night. I am starting to like this having drivers in the booth with us. Yeah, I'm sorry. I am getting the points pulled up right now. Sorry about that. So yeah, right now we're going to go through, and I don't have anything to pull up on screen, so I'm just going to tell you right here. We've got James Allen. So Jimmy Allen is going to take the lead right now from Jonathan Schwartz. So he's going to jump him by 5 points. So right now Jonathan Schwartz is behind Jimmy Allen by 5 points. So Alex Huffman's going to move up 2 positions as well. So Alex Huffman moving up into that 3rd position. With Trenton Jump going to be sitting still in that 4th position, so still a good run for him. That's going to keep him right where he was at. Matt Grenier is going to move up 2 positions up into that 5th place. But Scott Fritz going to jump down 3 positions into 6th, with Wyatt Brackett also losing 2 into that 7th place position. You got Dylan Butler in 8th, with Frankie Barroso in 9th, Mo Abhat in 10th. Justin Winters also dropping 2 positions. Going to be tied for that 10th position. And then you're going to have Casey Barlow, who also dropped 2 positions in that 12th position. So we've got a lot of drivers that are mixing up. So Jimmy Allen going to move up into that 1st position. So right now, the top 4 is James Allen, Jimmy Allen. Sorry, I say James because it's what it is in the standings. But Jimmy Allen in 1st, Jon Schwartz in 2nd, Alex Huffman in 3rd, and Trenton Jump in 4th. So it's starting to look like a really good battle so far.
And we're starting to get a good little battle here into the round of 12 as we go into next week, which, excuse me, I had my time or my things pulled up and completely, there we go. We'll be going next week to Texas, which that will be the cutoff race for the round of 8. So we've got 4 more drivers going to be dropped next week at Texas. So be here for the Truck Series race Tuesday night at 9 p.m. You're not going to want to miss the trucks around Texas. It is going to be a good show for that to get us warmed up for the Cup Series, where we're going to cut off 4 more drivers for our round of 8. So we're going to see some drivers that you don't maybe want to see go, and some drivers that maybe you don't want to see go forward. So, hey, either way, find out next week when you join us here on the Bluegrass YouTube. And if you are new, click that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you know when to get or when we go live at all times. And if you're on that Facebook, click that like button. We need more friends on that Facebook page. Need more of those supporters. So if you know anybody that's into that iRacing, loves watching these broadcasts, then definitely throw them our way. Love to see you guys out there week in and week out. And just a big old shout out to the fans. It's always fun having you guys out there, seeing the familiar faces, the familiar names, and familiar people. It's always just a good time having you guys here. And again, thank you to the Bluegrass guys. And this is going to be Chris and Josh up in the booth, signing off and saying to be here for Texas next Tuesday and Wednesday, 9 p.m. Truck Series and Cup Series. We will be seeing you then. So good night. Have a rest of your week. And this will be Bluegrass guys signing off from Bristol.